Hello everyone, good morning all.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Okay guys, so let's get started. Anybody here taking this class for the first time?
I'm taking first time.
Yes, ma'am.
Sandeep. Okay. Anurag. Is it Anurag also?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. So welcome to the session everyone. So in today's class, we'll be covering the writing part. Myself Usha Sharma, you can call me Usha, okay? So let's get started. So as you all know, writing has two question types. The first question that you will be attempting in writing is summarize the written test, okay? And the second question is going to be essay. And after 7th of August, there has been slight change. So hold a second, this is not working anymore. Okay. So after 7th of August, there has been slight change in the number of questions and the scoring parameters in terms of writing. So summarized written test, there will be two questions, all right, all the time. And each question you'll be contributing, each question will be allocated with a 10 minutes time frame. And this question is now really very important as it is contributing you approximately 23 points towards your writing. Okay. And a summarized written test is really very important as it is contributing you to approximately 23 points for your writing and 18 points towards your reading section. These days, students have been losing their writing score because of this question, and they're also losing their reading score because of summarized written test. So there is slightly changes has come after 7th of August in terms of writing this answer. You should not write exactly what you did earlier. All right, from the passage you have to paraphrase some words, either sentences or words, if not possible. So you should not copy exactly what is being written on a screen. If you do that, you will not get any score for either reading or writing. That's why you will be losing your score. That's for definite. So that's a reason students are losing their score in terms of this question. So you should be alert. And concerning essay, you'll be only getting one essay, and that will be allocated with the 20 minutes of time frame. And this is approximately contributing you 25 points towards your writing part only. Okay. Now, now first question we'll be discussing about the essay. Okay, let's figure out. So what do you have to do in the essay part? Students are also losing essay score from essay as well because they have not been properly addressing the question in terms of essay. And this besides that, one more thing. So you get a writing score not only from writing, summarized written test, and essay. You also get your writing score from two other questions from listening part. Those who are beginners, you can take the import. Which slide you think is important for you, please take a picture. This is not available in the portal. Okay. So you get two questions from listening. They are contributing you a writing score. One is from write from dictation and other one is summarized spoken test. Okay. So they are providing you approximately 15 to 19 points respectively. And the remaining, they are from the essays, writing itself. So if you really want to improve your writing score, you should work under these four questions. That's simple. Now let's talk about essay. Okay. So essay, as it is given 25 points towards your writing, this 25 points is divided into different parameters, and accordingly you are given a score for content, form, grammar, spelling, vocabulary, coherence, and linguistic range. Now, but but if your content is not appropriate, relevant to the context given, the question given, then you will straight away get zero score. You won't be getting score for any of the traits over here. So most important thing is over here, you should understand the question first. You should decide first before what you will be writing in the first body and the second body. For example, suppose you have a question. Look into this question over here. So where do you prefer to live, city or countryside? Take one side and explain. But suppose you have got this question. Suppose you have got this question. Where do you prefer to live, city or countryside? Take one side and explain. Guys, tell me. So what will you write? So in the first introductory paragraph, there won't be any issue. Okay. So you write down the introduction, and then there'll be body paragraph 1, and then body paragraph 2, and then conclusion, isn't it? So guys, tell me, what will you write in body 1? This, if you get the question like, where do you prefer to live, city or countryside? Take one side and explain. What will you write in the first body?
Uh, we can just introductory given about the what is the when we have getting a city side and the countryside both side, what is the livelihood inside that one in the introductory part. Then the first paragraph we have to be choose the side, like where I have to be focused on, like countryside or living
Okay,
city.
you choose one. You choose what will you write in the
So
first body?
so I can prefer the city. Then I can give the uh, city related like advantages. And in the second side, I have give the comparison between the city and the countryside here, which can show like normal why my argument is stick with that one. And finally, I conclude that thing with the conclusion. What is the reason?
Okay,
Specific.
so you write down city. You can compare countryside. Okay, you can compare, but your focus will be city, and it's disadvantages, disadvantages. So you will talk about city advantages in first body. You will talk about city disadvantages in second body. Why? Because the question is asking, take one side and explain. If
So,
question is asking, take one side and explain. Don't mingle up with the both the ideas. Don't get confused. You choose first where to live. If you prefer to live in a city, the first body write down the advantages of living in a city. And the second body, okay, you believe there are so many advantages of living in a city, but and the second body you write down, but there are some others who disagree of living in a city because it has got a lot of drawbacks. The drawback number 1 is this compared to countryside, you can do this way. The drawback number 2 is this of living in a city. The drawback number 3 is this of living in a city. You'll have to do this way. Okay. So if you write down the advantage of living in a city in the first body, and if you write down over here countryside, okay, if you talk about countryside over here, then that's going that's not going to be just on one side. You're talking about both the side. No, don't do this. You'll just write down the disadvantage of living in a city. Okay, you can compare the countryside, bringing some positive aspect of countryside, but your focal point has to be the drawbacks of living in a city. Okay, so you have to do this way. But if there is a question asking you, for example, And sorry, if the question is asking you, simply where do you prefer to live? Simply where do you prefer to live? If the question is asking, this is only the question. So what would be your answer?
Answer, this is the same questions where we have to be not to be confused. The answer will remain the same as you have mentioned. Like
Oh,
we have to be choose the country, we have choose the city, and then the for body first. We have to be advantages. Then the second one is a comparison between city and this one countryside. That's it, and share the disadvantages of city side here and comparison as well. Disadvantages of city.
okay, it depends. There is no any obligations. All right, you can write down city living. So living in a city has got a lot of advantages. And second body, you can write down. Living in a countryside has got a lot of disadvantages. That's why people prefer to live in a city. You can do this way also. Okay, so there is a choice for you. There is no any obligation. Okay, there is no any obligation. You have to go this and that. But in the before question, so it was saying only take one side, then you have to only talk about city. So advantage of living in a city, disadvantage of living in a city. You cannot say there is advantage of living in a countryside or something like that. All right, you have to focus on your city life. Okay, so that's the difference. Over here you have a choice. Either way you can write down, that would be the correct answer. Okay, either you write down the disadvantage of living in a countryside and then a conclusion. All right, this way is one way, and other way you can write down. So intro and then body one. You can choose to live in a city and write down advantages of living in a city, and you can choose body two. So you can say city again, and you can write down this advantages disadvantages of disadvantage of living in a city. Either you can write this way or you choose the other way. There is no any obligations like you have to do this and that. You have a choice. But when it says take one side, then don't mingle up with the double ideas. Okay, that's what you're supposed to do. Okay, so be alert. If you didn't address the question in a proper way, then you'll not get a score at all for essay writing. So you should be alert. Okay. Now look into the second question. Design of the building is affecting people working or living there. So what do you think? Design of the building is affecting people working or living there. What is your opinion? This is only the question. This was the exam, real exam questions. Now what will be your answer? You agree or disagree?
Yeah, agree. It's
Agree.
affecting.
Okay. You agree, then your first body paragraph, you will write down you agree, why you agree, give the reason. Okay. And in second body paragraph, but some others they disagree and you give reason why.
Okay.
Okay. Now go to the second one. What is the pressing problems for inhabitants at the moment in the world? How you are going to resolve it? How are you going to resolve it? Okay. How you are going to resolve it? So, what is the pressing problems for inhabitants at the moment in the world? How are you going to resolve it? Now it is a problem and solution question. So, your first body paragraph, you'll be talking about the problem of the situation given, and second body, you'll be writing about the solution, how you can solve these problems. Okay. So, now go for the third question. In order to have a better quality of education, Would you like to travel or stay back in the same place? So what would be your answer in the first body and the second body? Yes, guys, come on, tell me what will you
So
So
write?
it
that
should be
travel
traveling
is like to
disadvantage and
travel with
advantages.
education is gives you more actually rather than staying on the same place. It's
Yeah.
having like when you are traveling across the world, first we have introductory. What is the traveling benefit? Then in the second one we have to be discussion the advantage, benefits of traveling with the education, how they increase the like the public communications touch up and the different places gives you the knowledge and give you a chance to be learn the culture. Then the second paragraph we will saying like uh, this is an like when you have keep continuous traveling, it's also affect the education little bit because it's you are going to be change the school every year or yeah, if your places are going to be changed, that's little bit disadvantages side which can like continuity of the in the same school gives you the advantage of knowing the environment and every time new environment brings you down. Then the third, in the conclusion, I can stay with my thing like the traveling is more benefits rather than staying on the same place.
Okay. So first body, you'll be writing about advantage of traveling, all right, for education, and it's beneficial. So advantages. Second body, you read about the disadvantage of traveling, and it's better to stay back home, stay back to the same school for your education. Okay. Yeah, we can do this. Yeah, no worries. So be alert. If you don't address the question accordingly, you will not get a score. You will not get a score. So don't rush to finish your answer. Don't rush to write your answer. First of all, you should always figure out what you are doing in first body and the second body. Then only move ahead. Okay. So now let's talk about now this is what you have to be doing in the content. Okay. Now if only your content works relevant to the question given, then only you will get your score. Now, if your content works, then you'll get a score for your form. You'll get a score for your grammar, spelling, vocabulary, coherence, and linguistic range. So, what is a form? Form means you'll be writing your essay between 200 to 300 words. Okay, you can write not less than 250. Don't write less than 250 because you'll have a very less content. Okay, and not more than okay. If you make it 301, that will be giving you zero score for form. Don't make it 301. Okay, that will give you zero score for form. Grammar. So try to generate short sentences so that you will have less grammatical errors and uh, and you should be generating compound to complex sentence structures, and that's mandatory for improving your writing score. So you should be able to generate compound and complex sentence structures, and we'll be discussing about these things in the class. Okay. The next thing is spelling. Spelling you should not be making any spelling errors. Really, it matters in terms of your scoring. And if you make two spelling errors, all right, if you committed two spelling errors, then that's giving you zero for spelling, zero score for spelling, zero for vocabulary. See, you'll be losing double score over here. Why? Because whatever the word you wrote, that does not give any meaning. So that vocab also does not have any value. So you'll be losing your score in terms of vocabulary also. So be alert. Never have any spelling errors. If you think you don't know the spelling, better you switch to the other words. Okay, that's what you're supposed to do. Now let's go for next thing, vocabulary. Do not use any contractions, means shortcuts like mustn't, shouldn't, couldn't, something like that. Don't use, write in the full forms like must not, should not, could not. Do not abbreviate the words. All right, for artificial intelligence, don't say AI. And don't repeat the minor keywords. The major keywords you will be repeating even in the essay, but minor keywords you will not be repeating. All right. So, for example, here in this second question, the keywords design of the building is affecting people working or living. Now, building is a major keyword over here. Building is a major keyword. The remaining you can change, paraphrase the words. Like for design, you can change into style. Affecting, you can change into impacting people or residents, something like that. Working and living. You can also figure out some other words, synonyms. Okay, so the major keyword over here is building. For building, don't bring any synonyms for the building, but for the remaining, you can paraphrase the keywords. Similarly, in the second question, what is the pressing problems for inhabitants at the moment in the world? How are you going to resolve it? Now, the word resolve is a major keyword. Problems is a major keyword, and the remaining you can paraphrase the word. Okay, so for inhabitants you can paraphrase the word. For pressing you can paraphrase the word. For movement, or you can paraphrase the word. So these are the things what you should be doing. Okay, so always whenever you are attempting any question, figure out what is the major keyword or what are the major keywords in the question and what are the minor keywords. And accordingly, you have to paraphrase the minor keywords, but make sure major keyword should remain as it is without any changes. So coherence and linguistic range, you don't need to worry much about if you have, remembered, if you have memorized the template. Okay. So now let's get into the essay. Now in essay, you'll be writing down 4 paragraphs: introduction, body 1 and body 2, and then conclusion. So there has to be minimum 4 paragraphs. Don't make it 2 or don't make it 3. Okay. Either you make it 4 or you can make it 5 also, but it depends with the question. Now there will be 4 types of essay: opinion-based, discussion opinion-based, and the situation essay. So you may come along with all the type of essay, but be alert. Most common one is opinion-based. This is the most common one. Agree, disagree, choose, prefer. That's the most common one. There can be a disadvantage, discussion, and disadvantage, essay, and this is called discussion essay. There can be both discussion plus opinion, and there can be situation essay that will be figuring out the problem and solution essay, causes and effects essay. Okay, now let me help you. This is the revised template, guys. Please take the picture of this template.
Hi, morning, ma'am. Can you please share in the chat box, ma'am? Because it's hard to difficult that take the screenshot.
Okay, I have shared. Please have a look.
Hi, ma'am. I just have one question.
Please.
Yeah, ma'am, actually, when we are having like a question mark question, so I find a bit hard to fit in the template. So, like earlier, you showed the third question. So, they said like, would you like to prefer travel or would you like to stay? Something like this. So, how I gonna fit in this template?
Okay, so that's a good question. Now, first of all, let's figure out what you should be writing in the. Okay, for introduction, I don't think you will be confused. If it is an opinion-based question, you'll be writing down the first one. Okay. If it is an
Okay.
opinion-based question, like if the question is asking whether you agree or disagree about the topic, then or whether you choose or prefer to live in a city or countryside. If it is an opinion-based question, you'll be writing down in the first paragraph. That's the introductory paragraph. Now, if the
Okay.
question is asking about advantages, disadvantages, problems and solution, or it is talking about causes and effects, then in that kind of essay, you'll be using the second answer, second paragraph. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
for discussion and situation-based essay.
Okay,
Now,
thank you.
regarding body paragraph, the question for you it was this one, right? So, in order to have a better quality of education, would you like to travel or stay back in the same place? Now, this is asking your opinion. Okay. So, now what is your opinion? What do you think? Tell me.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to travel because in abroad we can have better opportunities, I can say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you'll write down over here. So, in the first body paragraph, you'll write down over here you agree
Mm-hmm.
of traveling to abroad countries for better education. Okay. You
Okay.
agree. So, you'll write down advantages of traveling to foreign country for better education. Advantage number one, advantage number two, advantage number three. You'll be writing down three advantages.
Okay, ma'am.
First body paragraph. Second body, you write about the disadvantages of traveling.
Okay, ma'am.
All right, you write down disadvantages of traveling to foreign country. It's better to leave, stay back, a home to have a better education. Why? Because of this and that. So there are some disadvantages of traveling. So you can talk about, however, some other people prefer it is good to stay back home and to for any further educations, all right, in their own home country. You can write down this way also. You have a choice, okay? You can
Okay,
simply
ma'am.
talk about some other opponents argue that it is good to stay back home and to continue the remaining other educations, all right, for several reasons. The advantage number one is this, the advantage number two is this, advantage number three is this, okay? Or
Okay.
you can write down the disadvantages of traveling, all right. However, you agree and you say it's good to travel for further education, and you give advantages, three advantages. But this other people, a second body paragraph, while there's some other people who don't prefer traveling for better education, for better education, and according to them, there are a few disadvantages, so they prefer not to travel. And you can write down disadvantage number one, disadvantage number two, disadvantage number three.
Okay,
You have
ma'am.
a
Thank you.
choice. You have a choice. You can write either way, but the second body will be always contradicting with the first body. It's better to carry that way. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. So now the conclusion you will be talking about, you will be combining or summarizing both the body paragraph, and you can conclude your idea, giving your preference to your choice. Okay, that's what you're supposed to do. Okay, now what you are supposed to do in the first body. So this, when you have any question, like any questions, whether you prefer to travel to foreign country or you stay back home for you for the education, if that is a question. Now you will write down the same. That's called the question itself is a topic sentence. Okay, you can generate the question into a topic into a statement, and that will be itself a topic sentence. Hold a second. Okay, so topic sentence, if there are multiple sentences, use them in a single sentence. So the topic sentence refers to the sentence, the question itself. If there's a question asking, where do you prefer to live, countryside or a city or a countryside? Now here, what will you write in the topic sentence? You can say, it has long been a subject of discussion that there are some people who prefer living in a city while there are some others who prefer living in a, who likes to live in a countryside. Okay, you write down over here as a statement, and the remaining it is the same. If the question is asking, what are the advantages and disadvantages of living in a city, city or you can say city or countryside, all right, then and give your opinion at the end. If the question is asking that way, then you'll write down. So yes, again the same thing. Some people prefer to live in a city while others prefer to live in a countryside. And in my opinion, the former notion has several elements that deserve attention, and I will explain the advantages and disadvantages of living in a city and countryside using pertinent arguments. Because question is asking to talk about advantages and disadvantages. Okay, now you will choose to write in that way. So I will explain the advantages and disadvantages of living in a city and countryside using the pertinent arguments. If the question is asking about that kind of situation, discussion or situation based essay, you'll be using this paragraph as an introduction. Body 1. So body 1, and now as I mentioned already, again here you'll be writing down the topic sentence over here. Topic relevant sentence using keywords in favor of the topic. So topic relevant sentence means again the same thing. You will write down the same thing over here, but not exactly the same. You will be either paraphrasing some of the minor keywords, or sometime you will be paraphrasing the sentence structure itself. Don't write exactly as it is. That you give a reason. You should be always giving a reason, and that's mandatory.
Can
Don't
you please
always.
repeat this thing, ma'am?
Okay, so when you write over here, so topic relevant sentence using keywords in favor of the topic means now you agree with the topic. Suppose you prefer living in a city, right? So what you say is, so because of so many advantages of living in a city, I always prefer living in a city for several reasons. Okay, so this you will write down. So, or you can say, I prefer to live in a city. First, I prefer to live in a city for several reasons, as it has got a lot of advantages in living there. Okay, you are giving a reason, as there are a lot of advantages in living in city. Now, why you are writing advantages? Because question is asking to write down advantages and disadvantages. So the word advantage and disadvantages, they are also the major keywords. You have to keep it. You have to tell the computer what you're writing in the first body. You're writing the advantages, then use the word advantages over here. Use the word, now you choose one title, one topic, city. So I prefer to live in a city. Why? Give reason. Because living in a city has got a lot of advantages. That's the reason. Okay. So that's what you are supposed to do. And the second sentence also you'll be giving again topic related sentence in favor of the topic. And again you say I choose to live in a city. Before you said I prefer to live in a city. Second, I choose to live in a city. Now give reason why. The third, I always, so my priority towards living in a city is always first. Something like that. You'll be writing the same thing, but in a slightly different way. And you give a reason why. Now the second body, now on the other hand, many opponents argue that On the other hand, many opponents argue that, now you write down over here a sentence opposing the topic sentence. Now you go against the topic. Now you say, now you agree, but there are some other people who don't agree with you. And according to them, living in a city is not good way of living. Why? Now give a reason. Because it can have a lot of disadvantages. Now introduce the word disadvantages over here. And the second sentence, Again, topic related opposing sentence over here. Topic relevant opposing sentence with a reason. Again, you say, it is not good to live in a city. Why? Give reason. Because the life is very chaotic and busy, blah blah blah. No family time, no personal time. People always living in a hectic life, running for work, running for money. All right. So those things. Now again, go for the last sentence, paraphrase the topic sentence, add a simple sentence or add a simple sentence and then give a reason. Again, you'll say, yes, so living in a city life, living in a city life is really hectic and has got a lot of, negative sides. So people, there are so many people who don't prefer living in a city. So this is what you can write down in the second body. And however, or moreover, or any connector you can use over here, and then phrase 1 and phrase 2. So what will you write over here? Phrase 1 and phrase 2. Any topic relevant to the living in a city or countryside. Now, what could be the topic relevant to the living in a city and countryside? So hectic life. All right, if you are living in a city, that's hectic life, busy life schedules. All right,
Polish.
so pollutions, yeah, opportunities for job placements and employment facilities, transportation facilities, work and health safety, security of the life, right? So there are so many other things you can talk about. But when you're writing the same thing in the second body, you are against the topic. So bring something that is negative. Okay. Now life is really hectic, right? Or hectic life. Don't only write down one word, make it a phrase. So hectic life or so chaotic life or busy schedules or competitive market. All right. So unfriendly neighbors. Okay. So insecurity of life, something like that. So you'll be writing down the enough phrases format. Don't only pick up the one or two keywords over here. Okay. Now go to the conclusion from what has been discussed above. It is clear that the benefits of the given topic significantly outweigh the drawbacks. Lastly, in my opinion, it would be wise to say that. Now, topic sentence again over here. What's the topic sentence? What you wrote over here? Copy and paste. Don't write exactly as it is. Paraphrase the statement and then give a reason why. Okay. So this is what you are supposed to do. Okay, guys. And most important thing, if you really want to improve your writing score and essay score, so there are a few things that you should carry in common. So what are they? So they are compound sentences. You should have a compound sentences minimum or a complex sentences or a complex sentences. You should be using some connectors. That's a mandatory thing. And you should have some collocations. And all the countable nouns must be changed into plurals. These are the very four important things that you should be carrying in your essay if you really want to improve your writing score. Okay, now what is a compound and what is a complex? Let's figure out those things first before we begin with the essay itself. So what is a compound sentence? Okay, so please, those who are beginners, you can take the picture of this slide. So what is a compound and complex sentence? It's my medicine, okay, you guys, don't take it out of the way for my cough.
When two sentences make one sentence with
that
the
becomes
connector.
that becomes a compound. Very good. And when there are three sentences, all right, connected with the two connectors, that becomes a complex.
Complex sentences.
Compound is a must. You can go for complex sentences also. Those are aiming for band score a little bit more. But minimum requirement is a compound. You should have a compound sentences. If you only say I love flowers, that's a simple sentence. If you only say they are beautiful, that's a simple sentence. If you say I love flowers because they are beautiful, that becomes a compound. If you say I love flowers because they are beautiful, so I prefer to buy flowers in different occasions, that becomes a complex. So you can use connectors to connect the ideas, the sentences, independent sentences. I love flowers is one sentence, they are beautiful is other sentence. And over here, I prefer to buy flowers in different occasions is a third sentence. So connecting all three sentences into one full stop, within one full stop, combining them, connecting them with the connector because and so, this became a complex sentence. So you will be using connectors, all right? Be alert. You will be using only the familiar connectors that you know how to punctuate them. You should know how to punctuate them, where to insert comma, where not to insert comma. You don't insert comma before and after because, but you insert comma before so. You insert comma before and when it is connecting two sentences. All right, this way. You insert comma before so when it is connecting two ideas, two sentences. You insert comma before as when it is connecting two sentences. Okay, so this is really important. So look into these things. Um, so I'm hungry is a simple sentence. I'm hungry because I have not eaten anything yet. It's a compound. So I have ordered something to eat. That's a complex. And be alert about the connectors. And because so whichever the connector you are familiar with, you can go for it. But be alert with the punctuation marks, fanboys. Like any connectors like for and nor, but, or, yet, and so. If you are using these connectors and connecting to independent sentences, you insert comma before them. You insert comma before them. Before for, before and, before nor, before but, before or, before yet, before so. And next, moreover, however, furthermore, therefore, if you're using this set of connectors, you'll be inserting comma before and after them. See, therefore, you insert comma before and after them. In spite of, despite, if you or although, if you insert comma, you have to insert before them when you are using these phrases into the middle of the sentences. I'm working the whole day, comma, in spite of my bad health. So you should be inserting comma before in spite of. When you are using in spite of in the middle of the sentence, the same applies with the despite as well, or although. Okay, now the collocations. Now you should have a collocation in your essay. It's really very, very important to enhance your writing score. Okay. So what are collocations? Collocations are the, couple of words that go naturally together, like advanced economy, advanced technology, affect the development, alternative approach, alternative explanation, alternative solution. These are the common, connectors you can apply anywhere for any essay. Global phenomena relying on ample evidence, basic concept, basic information, reliable source, resources, whatever. You can use any of these collocations in your answer for any of the essay. You can just take the picture. Okay, guys, now let's have a discussion with the essay, okay? Okay, let's go for this one. So, do you agree that the use of bioplastics is a crucial step towards reducing plastic pollution? Okay. So, what is this question? Is it agree, disagree, or problem, solution, or advantage, disadvantage?
Agree, disagree.
Agree, disagree. So, you'll be writing down the first introductory paragraph, okay? And now, and what is the topic sentence over here? What's the topic sentence? This one. The use of
The use of
bioplastics
bioplastics.
is a crucial
Exactly.
step towards reducing plastic pollution. This is the topic sentence, right? And you write down this sentence everywhere. You write down this sentence everywhere. Here also you write down the same. Here you will write down the same. Oh, and here you will write down the same. If you agree, even if you don't agree. So you will write down yes. The use of bioplastics is crucial step towards reducing plastic pollution. Give reason why. Why it is good. Why it is good to use bioplastics. How it can reduce plastic pollution. Give reason. Again, you say yes. It is good to use bioplastics, as that can help improve the quality of living or whatever. It will less pollute the environment. How? Give reason. So what? Give reason. Again, you do the same over here. Yes, the use of bioplastics is a crucial step towards reducing plastic pollution. Yes, it is good. Why? Why it is good? Give reason. Okay. Now this one you don't need to. This one we don't need to. We go for this one only. Now, over here, as you agree with the topic, so you write down the benefits of use of bioplastics. Here you disagree with the topic. Second body, you disagree. You say it is not only it is not always good. Why? Can we completely avoid the use of plastic uses? Can we completely avoid the uses of plastic products in your life?
Yeah, no, because we need to use of some plastic like the drinks bottles. We cannot put in a biodegradable because it's not gonna be they're gonna be damaged if we put a like liquid in that for a long time.
So can you think of your life without the uses of plastics? Not
Not
only
hundred
plastic,
percent.
not only I'm talking about plastic
Yes,
bags,
yes,
so,
pens.
right?
Yeah,
The plastic pots, the jar,
yeah, yeah.
buckets. Even your laptop has got a lot of plastic materials, isn't it?
In a toys for the kids, it's for plastic. Some
Yeah.
of them.
Your toys, your furnitures,
Yeah,
your utensils. So how many plastic things do you have in your ride, your car?
yeah.
Check in your house walls, check in your kitchen, check in your bedroom, check in your living room, check in your office, all right, check outdoors, check in your vehicles. So can you avoid using the plastics?
Not 100%.
We cannot think of
Yeah,
a life without use of plastics.
yeah.
So that's not the solution. That's not the solution. So this will you'll write in the second body. First body, you will say yes. When we use bioplastics, this can help reduce pollution. So you should say government should encourage people to use plastic products as bioplastic products as bioplastic products. They are degradable, all right, and they are eco-friendly products. All right, they are friendly products or eco-friendly products, and governments would be restricting the use of plastic products, all right, strictly, and encourage people to use this and that, right, conduct some camping very often to help to let people know about the advantage and disadvantage of use of plastic products, all right, and buy plastic products. So these things you can write down in the first body. So you will talk about your priority is always to use bioplastic products in your day-to-day life. Why? Because you want to save the world. You want to nurture the world.
So, ma'am, in this situation, if we agree, then we have to use the first, and even we disagree, then disagree we have to take on in the body paragraph one.
So if you disagree, then you say um, first you go with the agreement because so
Okay.
yeah, because bioplastic products is degradable, so you agree, isn't it? There is no
Yeah. No,
disagreement.
in any other topic, like if we don't agree, so we have to take that suggestion in body paragraph one, or it's just the same as it is in the template.
Uh, so whatever, what do you think? If you disagree with the topic, you carry that one in the first body. Then other opponents say what other opponents say, you write down in the second body.
Okay.
Okay. Now For this one, you'll agree with the topic. So you the benefits of buy plastic products. All right, in the first body, benefit number one, benefit number two, benefit number three. Second body, you write down. You there are some other people who agree and claim that so only use of bioplastic product is not a solution for reducing plastic pollution, and we cannot think our life without the use of plastic pollution as well. So that's not the ultimate solution. Okay. So now we cannot think of our life without use of plastic products. Why? Because plastic products are cheaper, easily available in the market, convenient, portable, durable, isn't it? Compared to bioplastics. That's why. So these are the reasons you can figure out. And a concluding paragraph, what you have decided, you go with your topic. All right, first body paragraph, whatever you have written over there, write down the topic sentence. You say yes, the use of the consumption, the uses of bioplastic products is always good for the environment as this can blah blah blah. You give a reason. Okay, so this is what you are supposed to do now. So I have one, and now these are some some co-locations, guys. You can take the picture. So co-locations relevant to this topic. So for this, what you can do is those who are really struggling with the co-locations, so bioplastics and environmental protection, biodegradable materials, eco-friendly alternatives, sustainable packaging out solutions, renewable raw materials, plant-based plastics, green innovation. So these are some collocations relevant to this one. And plastic pollution, plastic waste management towards the right-hand side, marine pollution, single-use plastics, non-biodegradable wastage or waste, plastic disposable problem, whatever. So these are very common collocations for this topic. Now, if you are struggling with figuring out what could be the collocation for the particular question, what you do is type this question in the Google bar and ask for some relevant collocation for this question. Or what you can do is you type this question in the chat GPT and ask for the relevant collocation for the given question. And then try to carry those some collocation in your answer. Do every time when you write do this every time when you're writing essay. Make yourself familiar with some collocations with particular essay. So try to attempt all the essay questions in your portal that you have, not writing down, but at least verbally you can practice. Okay, so this will be my introduction, this will be my first body, this will be my second body, and this will be my conclusion. So you can practice that way. And what could be the relevant collocation for this question type? If you don't know,
Excuse me, can anyone, sorry ma'am, there is a disturbance is coming again and again. Can someone is go on mute?
okay, hold a second. Okay, just hold a second. So, okay, guys. So you can take the picture.
Ma'am, I have one question. Hello.
Yes, please.
Ma'am, in this topic, in the second body paragraph, we write disagreement.
Yes, your first paragraph, you agree with the topic. If you agree, then first paragraph you will write down on the good thing about bioplastic. Okay.
Okay.
And second
Okay.
body, you'll write down about you disagree. You disagree. Why you disagree? Bioplastics is not reducing bioplastic. Sorry, plastic products is not only the solution. You go
Okay.
you go in favor of plastic products in the second body.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. Now I have an answer for you, all of you. Let's look into this one. Now, one more thing before we go to the essay. You must, when you read the question, find out what's the major keyword. What is the major keyword over here? Major keywords over here are bioplastics and plastic pollution. These are the two major keywords in the question, and you should not be paraphrasing these major keywords. You will keep these keywords as it is everywhere in your essay. There are some minor keywords like use, you can change into uses and make use of. There are some keywords, minor keywords such as crucial step. For this crucial step is a minor keyword. Okay. Now for crucial step, you can say significant step or process, stage, whatever, dramatic, noticeable, remarkable, important, and important. That's not minimize. Minimize will go for reducing. Okay. And for reducing, you can say to reduce or in reducing or decrease or in decreasing or to decrease or in decreasing or to decrease or lessening or to lessen. Okay. Or even minimize and to minimize. Okay. Minimizing to minimize of important. So you will be paraphrasing these minor keywords. All right. So when you write your answer, minimize or to minimize or in minimizing. So yes, this you can do when you write essay topic sentence in your answer. So be alert. Okay. Now let's figure out the answer. I have a sample answer for all of you. Okay, so you can take the picture, and this eco-friendly, these are words in the red highlighted words, they are the co-locations. Okay, eco-friendly alternatives, biodegradable materials, government should take a significant step towards its a co-location, and strictly prohibited is a co-location, expensive products is a co-location, plastic recycling systems is a co-location, pollution control measures is a co-location, and we have got can play a significant role, it is a collocation. Degradation of land is a collocation. Okay, so and I have used so many connectors over here. One connector over here as a one connector, and when you have only one connector, then that's a compound sentence. So this one is a compound sentence. And go for second one. There is as a connector over here as well. There is no issues of repeating the connector again and again. It won't be having any impact in your score. Okay, so it is also a compound sentence. Go for the next one. Here I have got and as a connector over here, one connector and over here, and other connector over here because. Okay, so and other connector over here because. So I have got two connectors over here, and it is a complex sentence. Now go for the second body. Second body I have got over here as one connector over here. It's a compound sentence. Second one over here I have got so as a connector. It's a compound sentence again. Over here as a connector, and the first one, and I've got because over here as a next connector. It is a compound sentence. All right, and if it was the last concluding sentence, I have got and as a connector, so it is a compound sentence. So altogether I have got two complex sentences, one over here and one over here. All right, so complex
Ma'am,
sentences I have got,
sorry, I have,
hold a second,
sorry.
two
Sure.
complex sentences, and the remaining I have got how many compound sentences over here? Two compound sentences, and here also I've got two compound sentences. Here I have got one compound sentences. So altogether I have got so four compound sentences and two no, five compound sentences and two complex sentences in this answer. And I have used how many connectors? One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 connectors I have used. I've used 9 connectors and I've used collocations also. So many collocations over here. And make sure all the countable nouns you have to change into plural. All right, change all the countable nouns into plural. So let me read the first answer. Okay, on the one hand, proponents believe that towards reducing plastic pollution, the use of bioplastics can be a crucial step. How? Give a reason. As bioplastic uses can be eco-friendly alternatives that can lead to a healthy environment. Advantage. Next one, as bioplastics are biodegradable materials, this can help to reduce the plastic pollution in our surroundings. Next one, governments should take a significant step towards prohibiting the usage of plastics everywhere, and governments should also encourage people to use bioplastics in their day-to-day life. Why? Because it can encourage to a quality living. Oh, don't insert comma over here, no comma. All right. So on the other hand, now many opponents argue that decreasing plastic use in daily life will generate many problems among users, as bioplastic products are more expensive for daily purpose. So next one, controlling the use of plastic products in our day-to-day life can cause many difficulties among consumers. So the idea to decline the use of plastic products in our daily life is not possible. Hence, as bioplastics are more expensive and are not easily available in the market, the use of plastic products should not be strictly prohibited. Because, oh, don't write comma over here, because many people cannot afford expensive products on a regular basis. Moreover, plastic recycling systems and pollution control measures are also important to be taken into account. Lastly, in my opinion, it would be wise to say that towards decreasing plastic pollution, the uses of bioplastics can play a significant role. Why? How? And this can help to lessen the degradation of land. So, guys, we have exceeded the time limitation. Yes, what is your question? So you can just take the picture of this essay, okay?
Yeah,
So we
sorry,
have,
ma'am. Because
yeah.
my question was like why we are not using a comma before because, and there is like in the body paragraph 2 that when we use the connector as, after that there should be comma or not.
I told you before as you insert comma, before as, not after as, okay? And before because you don't
Yes,
insert comma, that's a grammar rule. I
yes,
don't know
but
this, but we don't insert.
in the,
It's a grammar
okay,
rule. Okay.
no, but before as well in body paragraph 2, like in the favor of my stated stance that as bioplastics are more expensive
Okay.
in the
Any
last third
yeah,
line.
that's a grammar rule. So why
Okay.
do we insert comma before but when because when but is connecting to two independent sentences, then we should insert comma before but. When
No, no,
any
after as, before as, sorry.
It's the same thing I'm telling you.
Okay.
When as is connecting two independent sentences, this as is a
Okay.
connect is used as a connector of as is used as a connector and that is connecting two independent sentences. So we are using comma before as. Okay, this is
Okay.
grammar.
Yes,
Even
but
because it's
in the,
connecting, even because it's
yes,
connecting two sentences, but there is no comma before because. But I don't know. This is a grammar rule. Okay.
okay. No, no, ma'am. In the fifth line in the body paragraph 2, after that there is a as.
Oh, so you should be inserting comma over there. That's my fault.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I said because on top, that's what my question is. That is
That's
there any other rule? So that I want to
no,
make sure.
no. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, guys. So let's end up the session time. I have already taken so many time. I'm so sorry. Maybe other students are waiting in the second link. And now in the second class, we'll be performing summarized written test. So I'm sure you will all be joining in the second class too.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. Okay.
Okay. So let's
Yes,
meet in the
thank you.
second class. Okay, all of you. Yes.
Yep.
Thank you all. Thank you all. Bye bye.